Hi everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Ariel, also known as a cake artist. Today we're going to make a very yummy, stabilized whipped cream frosting that you can use on your cakes, your cupcakes. You can probably add it to a muffin, have it for breakfast with your coffee. It is so good. So to start off, we use heavy whipping cream, 32 ounces to be exact. And you can also make this recipe with the 16 ounce, I believe it's 16 ounce, just like a smaller container of heavy whipping cream if you don't have a lot of cupcakes or if you don't need a lot for a cake or anything like that. This 32 ounce recipe will actually be enough to frost 24 cupcakes, and you'll still have some left over. You'll be able to cover a 6-inch cake completely, like crumb coat and actually decorate it. So it's pretty cool. So along with the heavy whipping cream, we do use one package of Jello instant pudding. In this recipe, I'm just using vanilla. So as you see, we already added the heavy whipping cream to the bowl. And now I'm just gonna gradually add the pudding. And I do it little by little because when I first did this, I actually did just dump the whole entire package of pudding in there and it did not turn out well. The frosting had like a grainy like taste to it because you can kind of like, it didn't like dissolve all the way. And secondly, there were like little lumps of pudding in it because when you put the whole entire package in there, it doesn't dissolve all the way. So I had to scale back a little bit and I had to learn to actually just gradually add my pudding into it. So you see me scooping just little bits, letting it mix, letting it dissolve into the heavy whipping cream, and then just keep adding it and adding it. This is one package of Jello pudding, vanilla. The great thing about this recipe is that you can actually just make this in different flavors. So if you wanted to do like a chocolate whipped frosting, just get a package of chocolate instant pudding. Or you could do pistachio, you can do banana, like basically any flavor pudding, you can make it into a frosting. And I think that's really cool. So we're just gonna continue to add the rest of the pudding mix in there. I did make the mistake one time. I only did like a half a package of pudding for the 32 ounces of heavy whipping cream, and my frosting wasn't as firm as I liked it to be. It was still kind of falling a little bit. So we went ahead and I just started adding the entire package into it. So what I do is I take my rubber spatula and I just kind of get the little bits of pudding off the side of the bowl to make sure that it's getting a good mix inside of the heavy whipping cream. Just add some vanilla extract. I don't measure my vanilla extract. I probably should, but I don't. I just kind of, drizzle it in there until I feel it's good. So now we're just going to turn it up to a medium speed and just, go around the bowl one more time. Make sure there's no lumps of pudding that are stuck to the sides of the bowl. And then we're going to go ahead and turn it all the way full speed. And we're just going to let that heavy whipping cream just work. We're going to let the whisk work it. Now, when I add the powdered sugar, I don't add it when the frosting is in its complete consistency. So we're going to continue to whip this on high until we start seeing the ripples. And I start seeing the rippling in the heavy whipping cream. That's when I will shut it off and start to add the powdered sugar. Now for this recipe, I actually do 16 ounces of powdered sugar to 32 ounces of heavy whipping cream. And I found that that gives it the right sweetness, because also you don't want too much powdered sugar because the pudding and the extracts, all that already adds a lot of flavor into it. So the sugar just kind of sets it off. Okay, so now we're starting to get the rippling into the frosting before it actually takes its complete form. So this is the time where I will shut off the mixer and start to add powdered sugar. for the sweetness. Now this powdered sugar is 16 ounces. It's a 16-ounce bag to 32 ounces of heavy whipping cream. And it is sifted. You always want to sift your powdered sugar with any frosting that you're making. It could be whipped frosting, it could be buttercream, it could be any type of frosting that you're making. Always sift your powdered sugar. So once I add a few scoops of the powdered sugar, I just put it on a low speed just to get some of the sugar to dissolve in there. And then I gradually add more. I also purposely did not put the top on my mixing bowl so that you all could see how this process is done. And when that happens, sometimes I get a little heavy-handed. I start adding a lot more than I should at a time, and it results in sugar getting all over my kitchen. So we're speeding up the mixer because we wanted to get that good consistency as far as it being frosting. And yep, I just got it all over my kitchen. FYI, don't add sugar while it's on full speed. I must have been trying to rush. So we go ahead and add the rest of that sugar in there. And as you can see, it's taking its frosting form right now. So we get the excess sugar off the sides. Make sure it's in the frosting. The frosting has lots of flavor. It is so good. It's creamy, it's light and fluffy at the same time, but it's also stable. It won't fall flat. Two things about this frosting that are enemies is heat and moisture. You definitely don't want to get any kind of like water or any liquid in this, and you want to keep it cold. You may be able to get away with like room temperature if you're in a house that has like the air conditioning on like 70 degrees. You could probably leave it out, but I personally would just pipe my cupcakes or cover my cake and then just put it in the refrigerator immediately. I like to make sure I get all of it off the whisk, all of it off the spatula. No frosting left behind. It's looking beautiful. And this frosting is also very good for coloring. You don't need a lot of the gel food color to color this frosting, and the colors will really come out and pop. See, this is a consistency check. We have no lumps. And this frosting always comes out nice and smooth, nice and silky. It's great for piping. It's great for smoothing. This is a really, really good recipe. And don't forget to subscribe and like this video. Go ahead and comment below of some other recipes you may want to see, or some other cake designs or cupcake designs that you may want to see, and I may just put it in fruition. So now we're going to load this up in a piping bag. We're going to go ahead and get these cupcakes piped, and that'll be in the next video. So stay tuned for the next video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and like. Thank you for watching.